get it.
From the studio that won't let Spider-Man team up with anyone else ever comes the Godfather trilogy of superhero
Ooh, that didn't
movies,
age well.
in that the first two are great and the third one sucks ass. The original Spider-Man trilogy.
Let's get it. Let's get this movie.
Prepare for an epic superhero trilogy featuring Spider-Man 1, a story about Peter Parker struggling with his powers, breaking up with Mary Jane, and battling a supervillain who ultimately kills himself. Spider-Man 2, a story about Peter Parker struggling with his powers, breaking up with Mary Jane, and battling a supervillain who ultimately kills himself. And Spider-Man 3, a story about Peter Parker struggling with his powers, breaking up with Mary Jane, and battling a supervillain who ultimately kills himself. Wait, did they just make the same movie 3 times in a row? Tobey Maguire stars as Peter Parker, a boy with the face of a puppy and the voice of a smaller, less threatening puppy.
I cried like a baby when you played Cinderella.
When the student physicist journalist pizza delivery boy is bitten by a radioactive spider. Blah, blah, blah powers, blah, blah, blah responsibility.
With great power comes great responsibility.
There we go.
Dude, we get it. Watch Spider-Man soar with his trademark powers of wall crawling and web shooting, plus a few more like spider sense, occasionally. Costume design, and spider tears.
Stop, bro. Stop messing with my boy.
Meet Mary Jane,
the ultimate
love
Spider-Man.
of Peter's life and the worst girlfriend ever.
This isn't about you. This is about me.
Grow to hate her snaggletooth face as she cheats on her boyfriend with Spider-Man, cheats on her fiancé with Peter Parker, and cheats on Peter Parker with his best friend. You'll wonder why anyone bothers to save her over and over and over and over and
he's
over
right though.
and over again.
He's
You have
right
an act for
though.
saving my life.
Ride along as Spider-Man faces off against iconic supervillains who, despite billion-to-1 odds, all have a personal relationship with Peter Parker, like his professional mentor, Dr. Octopus, his uncle's killer, the Sandman, his rival co-worker, Venom, his best friend's dad, the Green Goblin, and his best friend, the other Green Goblin. Watch as these good men gone bad struggle with their inner demons, the only way they know how. Golluming.
You killed them. We killed them. No, I'm not a criminal. The real crime would be not to finish what we started. Imagine if he joined us.
Ugh, his face looks a lot better with a mask on. So before you catch the next installment of the hipster reboot, settle in for 2 fun, innocent romps about a teenage superhero and a massive turd that managed to ruin Peter Parker, Venom, Gwen Stacy, and the entire franchise in one go.
Stop this.
Stop. What's happening?
It was a weird scene.
Why are you doing this?
I love Toby, but it was a
Please.
weird scene.
Please.
I loved
It's
it.
so lame. Oh, God, really?
Yeah, it was. It's stupid. It was really lame, but it was.
Oh, the humanity! Starring Spider-Man pooping, Osborn the Great and Powerful, Kirsten Starst, Gwen Stefani, Will.I.am Dafoe, Inspector Gadget, Bland Man, Groovy, Ashy Larry, Black Flubber, and Gopher Face. The Spider-Man trilogy.
That was really good. I like that one.
Wuss. Be sure to subscribe for more honest trailers.
So, you have a Spider-Man movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do.
sir,
And it's
I
going to be
do.
all about Spider-Man.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
I thought you might like that.
So what happens in the movie?
Well, it starts with Peter Parker as a nerd in high school, and this is one of those
Okay.
cool high schools where everybody's 30 years old.
Those are the best kind.
And one day they go on a class trip to look at science stuff, right? And there are a bunch of radioactive spiders there, but one of them is missing.
That can't be good.
Yeah, and so Peter's gonna get bit by it, this big red and blue one.
Oh my god, what does everybody say?
Oh, well, he doesn't tell anyone. He keeps it to himself.
He gets bitten by an obviously radioactive spider and doesn't ask if he should seek medical attention.
That's right.
Oh, very irresponsible.
And then he's gonna go home and feel real sick.
So he's gonna ask for help then, right?
No, he's gonna go to his room, close the door, pass out, and wake up with superpowers.
Oh, that's amazing, and it's actually a really good message for kids.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, if you ever feel so sick that you might pass out, lock yourself in your room alone and maybe you'll wake up with superpowers.
That's a very good point, sir.
So what powers does he develop?
Oh, he gets this really cool occasional spider sense.
Occasional spider sense?
Yeah, well, sometimes in the script I have it not be a thing so he can get surprised by stuff.
Extremely unreliable superpowers.
Yeah, and his main power is the ability to shoot webs.
But he makes the web shooters himself, like in the comics, right?
No, we're gonna have them be organic because of the spider bites.
So the web fluid comes from inside him?
Yeah.
Where's that fluid stored inside his body?
Oh, you don't want to know.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I was just checking to see if I developed Jedi mind powers. It's stored in his balls.
Oh, the balls. Okay, I got you.
Anyway, so obviously Peter wants to keep his powers a secret, right?
Of course.
So one of the first things he does is a triple backflip in front of all the other 30-year-olds at school.
Very discreet.
And he's also gonna make himself a crappy costume.
Yeah, well, I guess a high school kid wouldn't have any costume design skills.
Right, but after Uncle Ben dies, he's gonna get really good at it out of nowhere and make this amazing-looking spider suit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, people
best
grieve in
suit.
different ways, you know. Lots of
A
people
god
cry
suit,
and
you
lots
call
of
that
other
one.
people become very skilled at making costumes.
That is very common.
So who's the bad guy in this thing?
Oh, it's this guy Norman Osborn, and he's gonna turn into the Green Goblin.
Sounds scary.
Yeah, he has these bombs that turn people into skeletons.
Oh man, it's gonna be tough for Spider-Man to win when the bad guy has those.
Actually, it's gonna be super
Super
easy,
easy,
barely an
barely an
inconvenience.
inconvenience.
Oh really?
Yeah, see, Green Goblin's never gonna use those again, so it's not even gonna be an issue.
Oh wow, that does make things a whole lot easier.
It sure does. So anyway, Green Goblin's gonna ask Spider-Man if he wants to team up with him and be evil together.
Oh, and if Spider-Man says no, he's gonna kill him?
Yeah, but he's gonna be really cool about it. He's gonna be like, you know what, take your time, think about it, and if you want to be evil together, hit me up.
Very considerate.
Yeah, and later he's gonna hide in a fire and surprise Spider-Man like, hey, did you think about my offer?
Oh, surprising people at fires is tight. That's where I had my grandma's 70th birthday.
In a fire?
Yeah, she was so surprised. She kept on screaming and screaming.
Probably because of the fire.
Maybe, but mostly the surprise, I think. So what else happens in the movie?
Well, Peter's in love with this girl MJ, but she's dating his friend Harry Osborn.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, but he's gonna save her as Spider-Man and they're gonna share this romantic upside-down kiss.
Infidelity doesn't count if it's upside down.
Exactly, so she's still a good person.
Fantastic.
Although she does also kiss him at Harry's dad's funeral.
Oh, well, kissing at funerals is super romantic, so that's still cool.
Right, good point.
But I guess he doesn't say anything to her as Spider-Man, so she doesn't recognize his voice, right?
Actually, not only is he gonna speak to her, but he's gonna repeat the same thing he said to her as Peter Parker 30 seconds earlier about being in the neighborhood.
And she doesn't recognize him?
She's not the brightest, sir.
Yeah, I guess not.
Anyway, so later Green Goblin is gonna dangle a tram car full of kids on one side of a bridge and MJ on the other.
So this happens during the day?
No, it happens at night.
Why were there a bunch of kids in a tram car at night?
They were on one of those nighttime field trips, I guess.
Oh, well, that's not a real thing.
Whoops.
Whoopsie, so who does Peter choose to save?
He chooses both.
Was that an option?
Yes.
Well, okay then.
So then there's gonna be a big final fight and Green Goblin's gonna accidentally kill himself.
Wow.
And so yeah, what do you think?
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, and I have the perfect guy in mind to play Peter Parker.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, this guy Tobey Maguire, he's gonna be the definitive Spider-Man. Nobody's ever gonna be able to replace him.
Amazing.
Hands down, Honest Trailer. I have to give it straight off the bat. I have to give it to Honest Trailer. I really did enjoy Honest Trailer's I think Honest Trailer had an edge because they did part 1, 2, and 3, where Pitch Meeting only did 1. So obviously you're gonna give it to Honest Trailer in this one. That dance was hella cringe. I'm not gonna lie, but I did enjoy all of the Spider-Man movies by Tobey Maguire. I was really hyped for Sinister 6 back then. So to see Sinister 6 coming back, finally, I'm actually looking forward to it. As for trailer number 2, they're saying that there's not going to be any Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield in this, so we're going to see. But I'll make sure to do a reaction nonetheless, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Are you excited about this new Spider-Man movie? Let me know in the comments below. As always, my name is Will. Don't forget, where there's a will, there is a way. Stay gold, my friends, and thank you for watching.